Okay, hi everyone, and welcome to Clarity Tarot. Today's topic for the pick a card is how to handle this person or situation. So we have three piles. Pile one, we have the LA tap card, which is public transport. Pile two, we have a remote control for this tripod actually that I'm using. And then pile three, we have my favorite earrings right now, which are a bunch of different feathers. You can see those. So take a moment and observe the piles and the items and just see what calls out to you, and I will see you at your pile. Timestamps will be in the description box below. Okay, pile one. As a reminder, this is a general reading, but if you picked the tap card, here is your reading. So how to handle this person or situation. We have the Emperor, Nine of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, Four of Swords reversed, and Five of Cups reversed. And then for your message cards, we have from the Enneagram deck, which I made myself, the Gift of Type 9, Oneness, Harmony, and Healing. And then for my messages deck, Time for Action in Reverse. Okay, how to handle this person or situation. Probably the clearest and simplest way to understand the message here is the Emperor card. So if you know about the Emperor is actually the combination of the kings of each suit. So cups, wands, swords, and pentacles. I'm like, what am I missing? So the four elements. This is a very masculine energy, whether you're, whatever gender you identify with. This is someone very in control, very on top of things, and they make the rules, pile one. So you have more control in this situation than you believe that you do. The other cards we have here, Nine of Swords, as well as the Knight of Pentacles, Five of Cups reversed, and Four of Swords reversed, tell me that you're probably having a reaction to this person or situation right now that's very uncomfortable for you. With the Nine of Swords combined with the Five of Cups reversed and the Four of Swords reversed, this tells me that maybe in other situations, if, let's say, you noticed that a relationship wasn't going well or just felt out of balance or not harmonious in some way, you would get like an emotional reaction to that. You might worry about it, like with this Nine of Swords, and so then you would fix it. But that strategy isn't working in this situation for whatever reason, and probably the reason is that you can't be the one to fix this. So with these two energies down here, the suggestion is, let yourself worry. Accept the fact that this causes a lot of disharmony within you because it doesn't meet your standards the way that this relationship is going, but it's also not yours to fix. It reminds me of this quote that I heard recently that I've actually really been working with a lot in my own life, which is allow yourself to feel guilty rather than rushing to meet the expectations of another person or situation. So I'm getting that you really want to rush in and fix this. Like, you know what to do to make this better. But the reason it's bringing up so much anxiety and frustration for you is that's not making it better. And the reason it isn't making it better, you trying to fix it, is because the other person has to participate in this. If they don't participate, there's no relationship, there's no reciprocity, there's no harmony, there's no nothing. That message is reinforced with the Gift of Type 9, Oneness, Harmony, and Healing card, and Time for Action. This is not yours to fix. So the fact that you're even at a pick a card listening about like, how can I make this better, says a lot about you, pile one. You want your relationships to be healthy and happy and going well. And I'm getting that the other person or the situation that you're in just cannot be fixed by you. They cannot rise to meet you at the level that you're at currently. For example, let's say this is a work environment and you've tried really hard to connect with your coworkers, to do your best, and it's just not landing the way that you would expect. Maybe you're not getting the results that you normally would in kind of a similar task or way that you're showing up professionally. That's not about you. And likewise, if it's a relationship, the reason this relationship is failing is not about you. You can't do the work for you and the other person. So I want to just ask if there's anything that I'm missing about this message. It seems pretty clear to me that basically what you need to do to fix this or to have a better relationship with this person or in this situation is nothing. Sit on your pretty behind, be healthy, happy, and at ease, knowing that you've done what you can. But let's see, Spirit, is there anything that I've missed that I should emphasize here for pile 1? We have the Ace of Cups out so far. A couple that are trying to, okay, come out, but nothing really jumping yet. Just saw the Seven of Pentacles, but I'll wait and see if anything else comes out. Okay. Bottom of the deck is Eight of Cups, which, as you probably know, is the leaving something behind card that was once very precious to you. Okay. And then, so we have Ace of Cups, Two of Swords, Three of Cups, and Four of Wands. So with the Ace of Cups, first message to reinforce, you just have an abundance of love, affection, and connection that this person or situation cannot meet. That doesn't make them wrong or you wrong. It's just a mismatch of energy. It's a compatibility issue. If you're a 10, this person or situation is a 5. And it's not wrong to be a 5, but it would definitely be wrong for a 5 to be with a 10, if you get my meaning, pile 1. Two of Swords. So Two of Swords is an energy about being of two minds about something. So the suggestion here is allow yourself to be of two minds. Allow yourself to wrestle with this question and do nothing. I'm getting that maybe, you know, if your mind is split about something, your default or kind of your go-to is, okay, what can I do in this situation to make it better? And then taking that action. That's a great quality about you. It won't help this situation. So again, allow yourself to feel guilty, allow yourself to feel conflicted and of two minds in the situation, and do nothing. You can still offer friendship though and connection in this place and offer belonging. You can send the message like, I don't know if this totally works for me, like this doesn't fulfill me at a really deep level, but we can still be connected, person or situation. We still belong to each other. We're still community. Everything's okay. So you don't have to, it's not suggesting that you come in with any kind of harsh message or like conflict orientation, but it is suggesting that you speak your truth and start distancing yourself from this situation just because it's an energetic mismatch. So I hope that was clear for you, pile 1. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Leave me a comment and let me know if that resonated for you or even if it didn't. I would be really curious to hear that. And I hope to see you at another reading. Thanks, pile 1. Okay, pile 2. If you have the remote control for my new little tripod here. So I have to say the vibe I'm getting with this person or situation is that they wish they had a remote control where they could like predict your actions or the way you would show up in the situation, which could be good or bad. Probably mostly bad, but we're going to find out. So advice for you about how to deal with the situation or person. We have the Moon. Ooh, Ten of Swords. Three of Cups reversed. Justice reversed. The Love They Want from Enneagram Type 1. I admire you. Let's go have fun. And then for my messages deck, I'm going to reach out to you soon. Interesting. So how to improve the relationship with this person or situation. So first thing that's really standing out to me is this "I'm going to reach out to you soon" card in reverse. Don't take action. Don't initiate with this person or situation. Don't try to make it better. Don't take any course of action that you think would potentially help to heal or resolve what's going on here. This is also really standing out to me. The Moon, it's a major arcana card, and as advice of what to do. So the Moon is about like kind of unresolved thoughts and feelings, repressed experiences coming up. As an advice card, the message I'm getting here is be in your feelings. Let whatever is coming up come up. You know, if you're the kind of person that tends to say, oh, you're just overreacting or you're being emotional about that, you should think about it more logically. Don't do that for a minute, or at least in this situation. Really explore, okay, what's coming up for me emotionally and what does that have to tell me? Because that's a really valid data point and source of information. It doesn't have to be everything, but it's still important. And because this is coming up first, it's suggesting to me that maybe in the past, in the situation or person, you've tried to rationalize your feelings or look at them more logically, also known as gaslighting yourself. And I want to say a bit about that real quick, pile two. So this is a phrase that gets thrown around a lot, like gaslighting. Like, what is gaslighting? So basically, gaslighting is when someone outside yourself says, oh, that didn't happen, you're not feeling that, you're not thinking that, that wasn't how it was, you're looking at it all wrong. So it's mostly used when we talk about, you know, there's a lot flying around narcissists and whatever. So people that have more of a narcissistic streak may do this to you, try to discount your experience. However, especially if you're empathic or very focused on creating harmonious relationships with others, maybe even if you have an anxious attachment style, you might be prone to gaslighting yourself. And here's what that sounds like. Oh, maybe it wasn't really that bad what they did or said. Maybe I took it the wrong way. Maybe I'm not understanding them. Maybe I should be more compassionate. Maybe I shouldn't be so judgmental or critical. That's still gaslighting, but it's you doing it to yourself. And it's a trauma response. There's no shame in it. It's just something to be aware of. So if that's happening for you, the guidance here and the advice is to stop that. What are you feeling? And that is valid. And if you're having what you would consider an irrational or extreme emotion come up, that's still your emotional body sending you a message. It could possibly be an overreaction based on, you know, this situation feeling like something you've experienced before. Even if that's the case, your emotional body is sending you the message, we've been here before, we don't feel safe, we need to be taken care of. And so the way to take care of yourself in that way is emotionally. So if your body, even if your body's having an overreaction, like let's say somebody says, I don't know, let's think of a random example. If somebody says, let's go out to dinner, but I only want to eat Italian tonight, whatever, something simple. But let's say your ex refused to ever go to any place other than the one place they liked, which was an Italian place. They were controlling. They didn't let you leave the house unless it was the two of you, you know, something really extreme. And this other person says something kind of innocent, but you have an extreme reaction to that. That is still valid. That is still something to be dealt with from your emotional self, not a logical self. And that would sound like this as an example. Okay, I know perhaps logically that this person is not my ex and there's nothing wrong with saying I prefer Italian tonight. However, like my reaction is real and this is a message my body is sending me that we really need some extra caretaking and nurturing right now. And it's okay for me to ask for that and just name that and say, you know, that's a trigger for me and this is why. And it would really be helpful and healing for me if we could just get Mexican. I know it's maybe a little crazy, but that's important to me. Okay, that's a normal human process in a relationship to try to work through those experiences. And there's something I'm getting with you that maybe you feel guilty or don't want to go down that road completely to allow yourself that. Again, advice for you with the Moon card: let yourself have these kind of turbulent thoughts, feelings, emotions, and don't make yourself wrong about it. Then we have the Ten of Swords, confirmed by the Three of Cups reversed and the Justice card reversed. So I'm almost getting a little bit of a prediction for this pile, that if you take that energy of my emotions are valid, this is what I need. I know it may seem a little irrational, but it's also legitimately what's required for me right now. And I don't apologize for that, which is a very healthy response. The reaction you might get from this person or situation is, well, screw you. I don't want to be around you anymore. That's not right. I don't work that way. You're being too serious. You're like killing my fun. Like some kind of reaction like that, which is going to give you a lot of useful information, right? Like, okay, this person can't handle me wanting to get Mexican food. Noted. So in terms of advice for you, the reason I think that the suggestion is to be more in those repressed thoughts and feelings is because it's going to give you such a clear picture of this person or situation in the way that they don't show up for your emotional needs, that it'll be really obvious to you what you need to do to take care of yourself and whether this is for you or not for you. And most likely not for you. Again, coming back to the very beginning of the reading, so this is like the remote control. And I don't always get this, I've used this before, but the vibe I'm getting from this is that this person or situation wants to be able to say, okay, pull lever A, get response B. So pull lever A, I want Italian for dinner. Response B, okay, great, let's get Italian for dinner. And if they don't get that, like, they lose their shit. I mean, it kind of tells you a lot of what you need to know. I want to see if there's something I'm missing here for this pile, because I'm getting a vibe that you might take this kind of, not negatively, but you might take it kind of hard, like making yourself wrong for needing this, or like being, let's say, like being needy, or not being able to just go with the flow. But that, by the way, that's like exactly how this person or situation wants you to feel. That's how they control you. But let's see if there's anything that I've missed or that I've said incorrectly, Spirit, that you want to clarify for pile 2. How to deal with this person or situation. We have the Four of Wands out so far. Ace of Swords. And Nine of Wands with the Nine of Pentacles with Six of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. So I love seeing the Ace of Swords, which usually is assigned to me like, yes, what you said is correct. Four of Wands, the thing I haven't mentioned that's also important, that especially if this is a work or a family environment, despite this dynamic, you still belong here. You still belong to these people. You still have a place. You still are loved and accepted. Just because they can't meet you on your emotional level doesn't mean that you have to completely separate yourself. But also recognize that no one is going to advocate for your emotional needs but you. And that's really important to know so that you can be in that energy with yourself and be supportive. Nine of Pentacles, again, is kind of a similar energy in that, like, I call it like the single, sexy, confident card. Like, I'm on my own. I don't need anybody else. I'm independent. Like, these are my emotions. They are not your problem, but they are the reality. So I hope you can respect that and understand that this is what I have to do now. That is also connected to, we have the Knight of Cups and the Six of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, which are about the balance of give and take, like offering love, but not to your own detriment. Like, don't offer love to others without also giving it to yourself. So to sum up, the advice for you, in your person or situation, pile 2, Be as emotionally out of whack or unreasonable as your emotional body is pulling you to be, and notice what data points come up for you. It's important for you, it's healing for you. It will get you on the path of actually more harmonious relationships with this person or people or company, because you're going to see, okay, here's what's mine to take care of for myself, and here's what's theirs, and here's how much they're able to carry. All right, pile 2, I hope that was useful for you. Please leave me a like, comment, or subscribe to the channel for updates. And I'd love to get a comment about whether that resonated for you or even if it didn't. I'm always curious to hear that, and I will see you in another reading. Thanks, pile 2. Bye-bye. Pile 3, if you chose this earring, here's the reading for you. And the vibe I'm already getting is just that you're kind of a magical person. There's all these different facets to your personality. You're really inspiring and whimsical. And I think that's going to come through in the reading some way. Let's see. All right. Do I have these upside down? Oh, I do have them upside down. I think, because is that right, Spirit? Yeah. Okay. All right. So first card we have the Death card. It's a beautiful Death card, isn't it? I know it's kind of a scary card, but don't worry. I'll explain it in a minute. 5 of Pentacles. Queen of Wands. The Hierophant. Knight of Swords reversed. Strength reversed. The Gift of Type 6, Awareness, Judgment, and Solidity. The Love They Want for Type 8 in reverse. I will not betray your trust. Thank you for protecting me. I will guard your heart. And then I'm sorry in reverse. Okay, let me tune in here for a moment. See what we got here. So advice for you with this person or situation. So this is an interesting one. I mean, in some ways, it's very straightforward. What's standing out to me is the Hierophant card. So the Hierophant can be about like tradition, conformity. It can be a marriage card. It can be like a spiritual authority card. What I'm getting in this reading, advice for you with this person or situation, do things by the book. If you're in a relationship and somebody's, let's say, I don't know, pushing to sleep with you on the first date or without having any kind of deeper emotional connection that doesn't feel right to you, do things the traditional way and do them by the book. I'm not saying if that's not your value system that that's wrong, pile 3. I'm just saying there's something about the situation where the person or environment is treading in one of your values, and that you would know this. It would be really clear. And so in that situation, just focus on what is that value that's being violated and kind of put your foot down and be like, this is not okay. With the Death card, so the Death card is about change and shifting the dynamic. It's not inherently a negative card. So maybe I mean, certainly it can look a little ominous. We have, is that, I guess it's not the Grim Reaper, but definitely like a skeleton. So Death is just about change and transformation. I actually think it's one of the best cards in the deck. It's also associated with Scorpio. And so the advice for you here is to take some action. And the action is to put your foot down, to say, these are my values. Things are going to change. I'd put up with this and this before. That's no longer going to be the case. You are cut off. This is not happening. I'm feeling like the sex example is still something to bring up. Like maybe you're dating somebody and it's just overly focused on the physical in a way that isn't comfortable for you. You're not feeling respected in other areas. Again, this is based on your value system. If you're just looking for something fun and that fits with what you're looking for, fine. But if it doesn't, and think about whether it really does or doesn't, it might be time to send a message like, you know, this doesn't work for me. I don't want to just hook up with you and nothing else. Like, that's not what I want. I am sexy and confident and content within myself. I know that I'm fiery and passionate. I'm happy to just hang out with my cats versus, come over and hang out with you late at night. So if you want to be in my life, you have to bring a little more to the table than this. The other two cards we have here are really interesting. So Strength in reverse and Knight of Swords in reverse. These are both, I would just say for me personally, might be a little bit triggering. I'm a kind of person that likes to be very straightforward and honest and be strong and loyal and considerate and kind of steadfast in a relationship. I can see that is true for you too, especially with this Gift of Type 6 card, awareness, judgment, and solidity, or, stability. But with advice for you to be kind of the messed up versions of these cards, which is how I'm getting them, it's don't be the strong one. Don't focus on making your words just right. Say whatever you think. Fly off the handle a little bit. It will be okay. If this relationship is for you, if this environment is for you, it will be able to sustain that energy. I just think you're amazing, Pile 3. I want to say, because of the way the advice is coming through for you, I can tell that it's very triggering for you to be what you would consider not loyal, not consistent, or not, I guess loyal is just the word that keeps coming up in your relationships. And the other card we have here is the Love They Want from Type 8 in reverse. I will not betray your trust. Thank you for protecting me. I'll guard your heart. So the advice for you is to do what feels to you like a betrayal. And I want to emphasize that it feels like it to you. Just because you tell somebody, let's take this scenario a little further. Let's say you started seeing somebody and it started out hot and heavy. You started staying over and not doing much else, and that was fine for you for a time. And you had conversations about how that was fine and just right for you both. And then as time went on, things changed for you, and you realize, this doesn't do it for me anymore. I'm not into this. But I told this person already that I am and that it's fine, so I just don't feel right about changing the story now. That's kind of the storyline I'm getting here. The message from Spirit is you have to be in loyalty with yourself first. And if what you're getting, the message that you're getting from yourself is this doesn't work for us anymore. We don't feel safe and secure. We don't believe this other person is bringing the same level of loyalty, connection, and affection to the relationship that we are. Warning, red flag. Listen to that and don't make yourself wrong about it. That combined with the I'm sorry in reverse card, I'm getting that you may feel kind of guilty to set whatever boundary you need to or speak your truth. Again, I know I keep, giving the example of physical intimacy. It could really be anything, but it's something where there's a very clear value that you know what that value is, and you thought it would be okay to go a few steps away from that value in the beginning, but you're realizing now, okay, this really does not work for me, and I'm not okay with this. You don't have to apologize for that, Pile 3. You haven't done anything wrong in this situation. You tried to meet someone where they were at, and then you realized it didn't work for you. So all you have to say now is, I'm sorry, I tried this, and I really did believe in the beginning, sincerely, that it would be fine for me, and it's not fine for me. It's not what I want. Things have to change. And this situation is kind of cut off for the moment unless things change, because this is who I am, and I'm not showing up as who I am in this situation, so I need to connect with myself. I'm actually kind of curious, even, Pile 3, let me know in the comments if you are someone that has a bunch of cats at home, maybe even a black cat like this little cutie. I'd be curious. So I'm just going to ask if there's anything I'm missing from Spirit for Pile 3. Anything I said incorrectly that you want to correct or that I should add that I didn't mention for Pile 3. Advice for this person or situation. Okay, we have Nine of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck, the single sexy confident card. We have Ace of Cups, Four of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, Three of Swords. So it's just reiterating the message that maybe the reason you've been avoiding this is you know it could really hurt somebody. You know this message is not going to be well received. This person doesn't want to hear this. But at some level, you got to say, whatever, it's my life, pile 3. You know, like, I'm sorry that you're uncomfortable with this, but I'm not okay with this. I want to be the master or mistress of my home environment. I want to feel secure within myself. I want to feel like I'm not being depleted or used. And there's just something in the situation where that isn't matching that for me. I know I have a lot of love to give. I'm secure in that. I don't need you to be able to have that energy in the world. And somehow the balance of, not the balance of give and take exactly, but the balance of what I'm allowing in the situation doesn't align with my values. So Four of Pentacles, I'm pulling back, I'm conserving my energy, I'm taking more of a miserly or like hoarding approach. And again, this is advice for you. So it's seen as a positive thing for you to be kind of like reining it in, pulling it back a little bit. Okay, pile 3. I just want to pull one other message for you. I just feel called to pull a message for you. This is actually going to be from the person on your mind. I'm getting that this is a relationship for this one, more so than like a work environment or something else. So a message for pile 3 from the person on their mind related to this reading. Spirit, please. I want to see you again in reverse. I'm going to take one more. And don't pressure me. With Y in reverse. Okay, this might be kind of a tough message for some. So the message from the person in your mind is, okay, well, if that's how it is, then I guess we shouldn't see each other anymore. I'm not willing to give you any more. We talked about what this was in the beginning. You're changing the story now. I'm out. I don't need to try and understand like what the deal is with you. I just know this isn't what I want. So this is kind of like a prediction of how that might go. And the reason that Spirit's bringing it up is Spirit wants you to know, like, it's not because of, you're not doing anything wrong to get this reaction from this person. It's fine that you wanted what you wanted at the time and then things changed, and things didn't change for this person, which in a way is also fine. However, the vibe I'm getting from this person is pretty reactive and maybe a little bit childish. Fine. I don't want to see you again then. I don't want to be friends. You're pressuring me. You're changing the story on me. There might be some accusations, pile 3, and so the advice from Spirit is don't believe those accusations. You know that you've been in integrity with this situation and have let it evolve, and your feelings and connection and needs have just evolved, and this person's has not. So that doesn't make you wrong or them wrong. However, the way they're reacting is wrong. And Spirit wants you to know that the way that they will handle this, hopefully not, but for most of you, the prediction is the way that they will handle this is not in a mature way, not in a way that honors the connection you've had, or the way you would honor somebody. And so there's also a message from Spirit about that this gives you a lot of useful information about them and their place in your life going forward. So that is your reading, pile 3. I just want to pull one more card. I know I keep doing this for you, but I just want to pull one more card for an encouraging message for my pile 3, because I feel like this could be kind of a bummer. Like, it's never fun when you realize something has kind of run its course. Something you want pile 3 to know. Message for pile 3. Okay. Four of Wands in reverse with the Ace of Pentacles. Oh boy, trigger warning again. So if you've been on the path where you feel like this person could be your twin flame or like a soulmate or a higher level connection. At least for right now, Spirit is saying this is not your destiny. This is not your home. This is not the place for you to connect. This is not the person that's going to fulfill you in that way. There's something new coming for you, particularly when you're able to accept and grieve this connection. And it's going to be, this is going to be a really rich experience that builds into that next one. So pile 3, I hope you enjoyed that. Please leave me a like, comment, or subscribe. I would love to know if that resonated for you, or even if it didn't. I'd be curious to hear that, and I hope you will join me for another reading. Have a great day, night, evening, and I'll see you in another reading. Bye-bye.